Here we are back onto the scoreboard. Let's get more from the business ideas and, of course, giving you more motivation and inspiration. I will start off this hour. We quickly head to our business tips and the quotes, but first, we kick it off with the business tip of the day. The business tip says, get organized. To achieve business success, you need to be organized. It will help you complete tasks and stay on top of things to be done. If you're going to be organized, is to create a to-do list each day that passes by. So get organized, as the tip says, because the best way is for you to be very well organized. The organization creates and gives you room to at least have something to do every other day that passes by. You can create a to-do list for a week and you say on Monday I should execute this, Tuesday I should be doing this, even when you're an employee. These are things that will help you execute your work so well. So you need to get organized, be someone who's actually ideally changing yours. The strategic plans that you've been having today should be different from the ones you had the other day. So you're always, setting up an organized manner of executing your tasks that have been given to you or the ones that you've provided for yourself. So that is what the tip is telling us, getting organized. So get organized this morning. Even though you're traveling, you should be very organized with everything that you're traveling with. Now let's get a business quote this morning. Socrates, the father of Western philosophy, says that the secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So you should not be someone who's focusing on let's say, fighting the old situation, but building the new. Because you may come from a humble background. That doesn't mean you're supposed to be fighting all the time, fighting what made life hard the other way around. Make it easier for yourself. Focus on what makes life simpler these days. That will be the same way that you will be able to achieve some of those goals and at least the visions that you've set out for yourself as the year is coming in. Because everybody has got prospects that you look at and you say, well, I should be able to execute this and be able to work tooth and nail for this same strategy. So that is exactly what you need to do as an individual. So think about it and put yourself in that same position, in that pretty much position that will at least shape you and give you room to at least execute your duties so well. So that is our business tip and the business quote of the day. Now we're going to switch our eyes to the social media trends to check out what was all over social media. And of course, looking at some of the trends in there was Nairobi City, Nairobi County, if I'm to put it in that way. Let's check it out. What do the people across the timeline say about Nairobi and why was it among the trends on social media? Gamal Jamil at Gamma Ibrib said the Nairobi tweeted this with pictures, images of the Nairobi Central Park, which says that the Nairobi Central Park has undergone a remarkable transformation. And if you're traveling this week, you can check it out. Kenyans.co.ke asks Kenyans, tweeted Kenyans queue to book a train up country after Kenya Railways increased the number of trains plying the Nairobi Kisumu route. Now those ones are using the meter gauge railway. And the meter gauge railway is the last format of the railway lines, if you to remember so well, because Kenya is apparently operating with two sets of railways, the standard gauge railway that is from Mombasa to Nairobi, then finally to Naivasha. Tony Gitonga, Tony Morenga, tweeted, we can have a million Nairobi rivers commissions, but the Nairobi River will never be clean until Nairobi City County streets and estates are clean. So as you can see, some of kind of situations in Nairobi, some of the streets of Nairobi, some of the estates, the suburbs, Chris Cost says in Nairobi, walking accounts for 40% of daily trips and public transport. Then public transport takes 41%. Only 13% of trips are by car. So we need to start designing streets with dignified space for all. The current iteration of Wayichi Way doesn't cut it. At Kenya, it did tweet tag at Kenya Highways Authority in that one. Now, the Moja Expressway Company, Moja Expressway, CEO of Moja Expressway Company announces that M-Pesa will officially be unveiled as a payment option on the Nairobi Expressway at the hashtag Moja AGM at the annual general meeting of the Moja Express Company. So you need to reveal that for the residents in Nairobi. You can be able to pay for the Nairobi Expressway using M-Pesa. Now, Jolo, hashtag safety first at Oloji says the Nairobi governor, Johnson Sakaja, should not be intimidated by anyone. Removing matatus from the CBD will naturally remove hawkers too. Pedestrians will have walking space and security will improve as well. Now, if you have to look at one of the other key issues in Nairobi, by the way, Johnson Sakaja, who is the current Nairobi County governor, apparently is facing some criticism from some of the hawkers. He's having a directive that he feels it should be better for the hawkers to leave the streets of Nairobi to make it a more easier and a good-looking city, more organized, I should say. And of course, some people are saying, well, that is a very huge move by Sakaja. But then the other people say, well, on the other hand, it will be helpful to at least turn the city into an ideal city as they wish it to be. He's the governor of the Nairobi County in there. Now, besides that, that is what was trending on social media. We've got only 3 minutes for the markets on the Zabu platform to open. Use the USSD code *292#. Start your investment journey today if you're yet to start it. And if you did start it, it's a no hassle. It's simply with just a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings. It's going to give you more room to at least have time to grow your money and grow your investments. The USSD code is *292#. These markets are open at 8:15 a.m. Like I said, we've only got 3 minutes for the markets to get open. And of course, these markets close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. Zabu is a platform by Altex East Africa, which says do something new. Yes. And Zabu says my money, my future. The markets are closed on public holidays and during weekends. So Saturday and Sunday, you shouldn't expect these markets to be open. But of course, simply because December's only public holiday, which is Christmas Day, is also coming in on a Sunday. So you can invest. You have no reason as to why you would say you're not going to invest money this time around. 15,000 Uganda shillings, you can quickly start off your investment journey. How simple and how sweet is that to invest your money? We've only got a week to 2023. Start your investment. Zabu, my money, my future. And now let's get into more of the business updates this morning, as we definitely have an eye on the fact that we've got a number of situations. Legislators believe that with the continuous death of prominent people lately, government should plan for replacement even before these people leave, according to some of the legislators. Now, on the other hand, also some do believe that there should be more safety measures to ensure that people do not lose their life due to accidents. Sometimes it's because of poor roads, and of course, poor road maintenance as well. These were actually revealed by legislators as they were paying their last tribute to the late Honorable Patrick Okabe, who passed on Monday in an accident. We have more in this update.
It is obvious when you lose a life, it is a negative to the economy, it's a negative to the government. Whenever we lose somebody, but death is a law of nature. All of us one time we shall taste death. Amidst all whatever we can do to protect ourselves, we must die. That's the end result. But it is a social phenomenon that you cannot easily comprehend, or you accept that death is there. All of us, it takes us by a shock. That's why we cry whenever we lose somebody. But anyway, we have to die, all of us. As government, what we need to do, well, we try to prepare. As Christians, we prepare for our death because there is another life after death. So we believe. But as government, we must always prepare for the replacement. We lost the governor of the Bank of Uganda. Even up to do, we haven't replaced him. That one is taking us back. That how prepared are we? Have we taken trouble to train people to qualify for certain positions? Or we are risking them at the face of death that if I die, we don't have a replacement. That is very unfortunate for mankind not to prepare in advance that death will be there. It's like if you don't prepare your will, you leave your family in chaos simply because you thought you will never die. Therefore, you did not guide your family to have a successor and how they will manage their life without you. So we have to wake up to this reality that we all die, so we must prepare. As a family person, you must prepare your family. How will they survive without you? If you are in the government, you must prepare. How will they be without you? If you don't have somebody qualified, it's upon you, government, to train the other many successors. So that if I lose, if I die, you don't have a deficit. You have so many people who are qualified to do the same job. It is a shame to this government to lose a person like a governor, Bank of Uganda, and it has taken us a year. We don't have somebody to qualify. Why? That means we did not prepare. We thought maybe the governor was immortal, which is not. So as Parliament, of course, something I would like to share with my fellow colleagues. We have brand new vehicles, very powerful, and people take them for granted. That's because they have high ground clearance, they're powerful vehicles, they have high technology, they have so many airbags to secure the occupant. The reality is they're not safe if you go beyond the speed limit. It's not safe. We have an example of how late Patrick had a V8. New technology with all the airbags, but they did not save him because probably the speed was beyond the limit. So they run very fast. As we drive, we must be careful and always don't go beyond the speed limit of the vehicle. And also probably sometimes members of parliament tend to drive themselves, which puts their life at risk. We get so stressed sometimes, we get so busy, we don't concentrate so much on the road. And yet you have a powerful vehicle that is running very fast. You need a driver. But also choosing a driver is also another question to reckon. Because sometimes we choose young people because they will charge us less. And we go for less, but we are risking our lives. So they tend to drive recklessly and put the lives of honorable members of parliament at risk. Let us guard ourselves against all that. One, by choosing a good driver, old enough to know the responsibility of a good driver and the person is driving. Two, also to know which speed limit. Sometimes it is us, the leaders, we tend to keep ourselves so busy, and at the rush hour, we want to move. And you tell the driver, please drive very fast, I must reach there at this hour. So you put the driver at no choice but to run very fast, to take his boss where he's going at the time he's given him. I think it's not proper. Let us prepare in advance.
How do you manage accidents as we head to
of course, Christmas excitement is everywhere. People think it is Christmas, they have to drive so fast. They have to drive, enjoying, drinking. So Christmas, they think it's a special day that gives us liberty to drink the way we want to drink. I want to tell them Christmas is like any other day. Let us not think this outside the box. Let us be ourselves. Families are broken up because of Christmas. Friendship, you will see them. Someone will blame you for not buying him some Christmas gift, and you take it so serious. But Christmas is like any other Sunday, like any other day, and by 6 on Sunday, you will realize that you have been wasting your time for nothing. The food you have bought, you will not even eat it. The booze you have, you will not even take it all. You will be very lucky if you don't live Christmas with complications, stomach complications for eating too much. Those who are sick, damaging their kidney and the liver for drinking too much. Those who in accident for driving recklessly because you are so happy you are celebrating Christmas. I want to call upon all Ugandans to understand that Christmas is like any other day. Let us be ourselves. Let us not be so excited. To protect ourselves. We want to have another life after Christmas. Don't go into loans because your wife needs a Gomez, your children needs a lot of food, and you borrow. You go into negative simply because of one day, which will go in only 6 hours.
My name is Basil Bataringa, Member of Parliament, Kashar North, Barara District. This year has been a difficult year with very many predicaments, including COVID-19, Ebola, and then mishaps where we have lost a number of key people, including the Governor Bank of Uganda. Now we have lost a Member of Parliament, Honorable Patrick Okabe. And we have also lost many relatives of our members of parliament. Out there also, our voters are losing many people daily. Death is part of us. However, the way it comes is what sometimes shocks us. Honorable Patrick Okabe died of road carnage, an accident. So it tells us that, one, we need to put our roads correct with the right signage and in good condition. But also, it tells us that also we, the road users, must follow the rules that are required when we are using the roads, because it is a two-way. The accident can come as a result of the bad road or as a result of the user. So it is good that we combine both in order to stay safe on these roads. In terms of impact on the economy, death is part of us, as I've already said. So people will come, we don't know our destiny, we don't know when we will depart. So the best we can do is to do our best in the times we live. We serve humanity, we do the best we can. When our time to depart, which is determined by God alone, when it comes, you depart, but people remember you by the legacy you have left behind.
First of all, reckless driving is causing part of these accidents, and we need to address ourselves to reckless driving. But also there is need for government to think of widening the road. Our roads are so narrow. They are so narrow to the extent that even if you've come across something and you would want to go by the other side, because of the narrow of the road, you end up knocking someone else or going in the trench, and as a result, you make an accident which claims lives of Ugandans. So we need to, first of all, address the issue of roads, and also to address the issue of reckless driving, but also the traffic department of Uganda Police to sensitize the masses about the way they should use the road. They should know that the roads are used by everyone, so we need to be observant that as I drive, there's another road user who is using the same road I'm driving on.
And there you have it, the legislators having their say in regards to the continuous accidents and, of course, the death of the prominent people. And speaking of prominent people, we have many, for example, the legislators and, of course, not only that, the renowned business people who keep on passing on. Early this year, we had the late BMK. Well, the replacement for such a person cannot be ideally government-oriented, but then also speak about the fact that they have an impact they lay on board. But from the emphasis of the legislation, you should say for those who are holding government offices, should at least have a replacement just in case this person passes on, the other person will do the exact thing the other has been doing, more or even quite the same thing, to at least push for the same growth and not create room for difficulties in one way or the other. So basically, that's it for this particular business update. After the break, please note I'll be back with business in sports, and Barigi Andrew will be here to give you the latest from entertainment in sport, entertainment in business.